staff, cut this student attendance, or cut this internal marks, not all those things. So you can speak to me openly. And a manufacturing sector, as I was mentioning, up to 25 lakhs of fund, and service sector up to 10 lakhs of fund. You know what is subsidy? How many of you know? Very little number. At least if you know what cylinders for your home, you done on this, which is government offering. So many candidates. I hope I am audible. I am audible. Yes, sir. Okay. I forgot to mention one point, because in this particular scheme, if a woman candidate is applying, a direct 25% subsidy will be given, irrespective of your category, irrespective of your where exactly you are going to start your business, service, manufacturing, anything. A direct 25% subsidy will be given. And for general, all of them, we are having the categories like, for general categories 15% if it is in a urban area, 25% if it is in a rural area. And also for other categories, they have given subsidies. So the moment I am telling like, there is a scheme, you can apply. So the question immediately to arises like, where to apply? Because as I mentioned, like 33 plus schemes. And I can say, I am not the person who is handling even one scheme. I am not handling even one scheme, I am just handling the training department. So how exactly you can approach for getting these schemes? Go for next slide. Yes, I am going to share you an e-book. You can say on complete right side of the slide, an e-book which is contains all 33 plus schemes, detailed information, where each and every scheme, means one scheme is having a 2 pages information, which includes the objective, key benefits, to whom exactly the scheme is applicable for, a detailed information, and also a QR code, or I can say an apply link, which will lead to a website. Because as I was mentioning, multiple schemes. Okay, fine. I don't concentrate on that. So multiple schemes are available. So each and every scheme is having a separate website. This is a construction activity. So each and every scheme is having a separate website and separate set of department who can handle. So this e-book will provide you information which scheme, which department, or which website that you have to approach. And the procedure, how exactly you have to apply means, you have to fill the basic details. Just like your ID proof, what exactly your business plan, and how much fund that you guys are looking for, and which particular place. See, generally, if I go to bank, if I am taking some personal loans or home loan, education loan, what they are going to ask in return? Collateral, yes. Documents, surety, not many things. But I can say these schemes are collateral free. Because I am telling you the procedure, by applying, you don't need to submit any collateral documents. You have to select an implementing agencies. I can say, next slide. These are the implementing agencies, KVIC, KVIB board, choir board, DIC, Institutional Center, and nodal banks. So these are the implementing agencies. Once your application is submitted, it will be reviewed in one of the implementing agencies which you guys are going to select. Means we are not allotting any implementing agency, you have to select which implementing agency you have to get in contact. So it will be reviewed, and once it is done, it will be redirected to the bank just for releasing the funds. Quite simple procedure. While explaining it is simple only, right? So I can say why people are not getting benefited of this. Because I can say, you guys follow budgets, right? So they said something like some budget is allocated for MSMEs. I can say, I am not talking about this financial year budget, I am talking about last financial year budget, which is around 20,000 crores. Not a smaller amount, 20,000 crores of amount is allotted only for the startups. But I can say, still 40% of the amount is unutilized. But it doesn't mean like number of application is lesser. No, number of applications is more only. But where exactly they are lacking means, people will be having an idea. they're having a good business plan, but they don't have a proper format to submit in front of the government. I can say, next slide, something called a DPR, a detailed project report. So because I was also a panel member for a lot of startups queries in association with NSIC and DIC boards, and due to lack of DPR, because even I feel like idea is very excellent, but when it comes to their planning, strategical planning, they are failing to submit in the form of report. So that is where most of the loans are getting rejected. Because government is not taking any collateral. Just like, I'll give you money, you can start something. If something happens, I can utilize your property. Not like that. Because it is the government who's taking a risk to giving a loan. So they don't want to take any chances. So that student or anyone has to be well prepared, and a valid DPR is the best methodology to get a finance. And since I am giving you a format, what exactly things to be included in a detailed project report. Even see, once in a student knows something reference is there, we'll be much more interested to do a DPR activity. So at the end of the session, I am going to give a website details as well, where I can say best of the DPRs, a successful DPRs which has been approved and got funding, it has been uploaded in the websites. So you can download, you can take a reference, you can take a format, and you can prepare a valid DPR. Yes. Next slide please. Yes, as you were mentioning, the benefits of business loans. Tax benefits, working capital, no collateral requirement, multiple options will be available for availing the loan, and you can decide the tenure, because the minimum tenure they are going to give is after 3 months. After 3 months you have to repay the loan, and the maximum, how many tenure you want to decide, it's up to your repaying capability. And fast disbursal. Fast disbursal means how much time you can expect from the government to process a loan. Just a guess. 5 to 6 months, okay. 5 to 6 months, okay. Then think aggressively. Not more, lesser. I am telling fast disbursal. 5 to 6 months is not something fast. 3 months, okay. Directly come to days.
6 days.
3 days, okay. 5 days. 1 day. You are thinking too aggressive. In 1 day, I think it's a bit difficult. But I want to mention about one particular scheme. Something called PSB 59. 59 is nothing but 59 minutes. Please don't think like 59 minutes you'll get the money. I'm not telling like 59 minutes you're going to get the money. But the procedure means you have to apply for the loan. Means all the documentation procedure, everything has to be clear. That can be happen within 59 minutes. Obviously, getting funding, it will take 2 to 3 working days from the bank. Again, I'm telling you, if you have all valid documents, it is possible in 59 minutes. And I can say one of my friends, I can say 2 years senior than me, who got loan in this 59 minutes. Again, even I was surprised like 59 minutes whether we'll get the money. But the actual fact is that 59 minutes is only for processing your application and complete. And when it will be redirected to the bank, it will take 2 to 3 days. Next slide. Yes. So since I was mentioning about only startups, but there will be a lot of people who are having existing business. I can say maybe your neighbors, your parents, or your cousins, some relatives. They will be having some business, right? So for them also we are having a set of schemes. Which I can say for technology upgradations. I can say if it is a manufacturing sector, we can procure a good machinery and we can upgrade our business. Or some funding may be required for upgrading our business. So relevant to that, a set of schemes are available. And even, I just cut down and tell you a small thing about, lot of questions will be running in somebody's mind. I'm sure, because once I was a student, I used to ask this question. Even very recently, one of the person very directly asked me this question. Since I'm telling about all the schemes, right? Like this is the procedure, this is the thing you have to do. So if I understood, like I know how to apply. and I know how to get funding. I'm telling all of you, just go to this scheme, get the funding and utilize it. So the question you guys will ask me, right? Then why I'm standing here and doing this session? I should be the first person to start something, right? Because this is the kind of question, I know everyone, it's lot of students, some aggressive students I can say, in their mind it will be running. I hope everyone can understand Kannada? Yes. Okay? Something like, you are a start from the like, something like that. I know, I can agree with that because I'm not sure how many of you heard my profile. In the last line there was something called I'm a successful entrepreneur also. I'm not only a government employee, I'm a successful entrepreneur. And I'm not telling some cock and bull stories, something like, yes there is, you just go and apply. I have the physical evidence that someone who approached for a loan and got successful in their business. That story I can tell you in the end. Okay? I hope I can share my story. I hope I can share my story. Yes, at the end? Yes, No. Now if I tell all the stories means we lost the interest. A motivation, something should be in the end of the session. Okay? Yes. So let me just go further. Next slide. Yes, the training. So today we are conducting a one-day awareness program. Right? So similar way, we are also conducting a management development programs. See, I have seen like some set of people are really interested, I want to go for a job. But even in your job also, you have to learn something. Means I can say a skill upgradation. Not only in Karnataka, I am telling, wherever you are doing your job in India, try to approach MSMEs for getting some kind of sponsored program. I can say even I am looking very much forward in this quarter also to conduct some management development program for all your faculties. So in future, similar way, if you are working in your company also, MSME can conduct such programs. Because I can say this is the initiative which government has taken from last 5 to 6 years. But it is not much implemented in Karnataka because there was no technology center established. Since I am happy that we are established, we are been implementing agencies for conducting such programs. Even 6 weeks certification programs, lot of them most we are doing. Next slide. Yes, so how many of you recognize this image? By mistake, I have already written in that image. What is that? Chandrayaan? So how many times they failed? It's a very simple question. Chandrayaan 3 means 2 times they failed. So the reason I am talking about Chandrayaan 3. See how? Because a lot of people think like, okay, government will give you fund. I can start some manufacturing sector or some designing center, something like that. So where I get the market or where I get the business? I can say we are having a 32 development institutes in all over India and technology centers 18, a new technology center which is 10 and mine is also one of them. As you can see, ISRO is the organization who has successfully launched Chandrayaan 3 and it's a great success. And what is their next mission? After Chandrayaan, what is it they are planning for? Someone is telling, right? Study of sun. What is that mission name?
Aditya.
Yes, exactly. Aditya L1 mission. So why exactly? I can say ISRO is not a company like the entire rocket or entire satellite can be manufactured inside this. They have to go for the vendors. MSMEs, as I am mentioning, it is in Bhubaneswar, Orissa, a very old technology centers and also IDM in Mumbai has supplied 75,000 and 54,000 parts. Even I can say every technology center is having around 10 acres of space, that's it. And a very medium stage production unit. And again, all MSMEs cannot manufacture all 54,000 parts. So how exactly it will be done? The people who startups are there, who took facility from MSME, who got registered under MSME, they are going to get the orders from MSMEs. So the simple reason I am telling, if in future you are having a manufacturing sector or if anyone is having an existing manufacturing sector, tell them to get connected with MSMEs. So that is how for the startups, they are going to get the orders. Next slide please. So how many of you have a habit of drinking water in mud pots? 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone are addicted to fridge only, refrigerator. Okay. So is it have a huge demand? Mud pots? Okay, I can take it as 50-50. But I can say some northern states where it is too much hot. Fridge water is also because sometimes refrigerator water is too much cold. But mud pot is something like very convenient. So why I am telling like, as I said, if some industry is lagging in growth, government concentration will be much on that. So I can say, let me just give you a simple analysis. Consider I am going to hire some 50 to 100 skilled people. Skilled means not graduate people. The people who can make this mud pots. Second thing, I am going to supply, means I am going to procure all the requisite raw materials for making that mud pot. And also a place where can 50 to 100 people can accommodate, and again paying them salaries. So considering all these things, just guess how much money is required to manage all these things. You have to pay salaries for 50 to 100 people, all raw materials, marketing, a place, rent, whatever is there. How much was it? Just a guess, no problem. 20 lakhs. Think aggressively. More than crores. Okay, more than how many crores? 100 crores. Yes? 5. That's a good number. Because I can say one particular scheme which is called Fund for Regeneration of Traditional Industries. The moment I said like the challenges means these are the things you have to do. If you have a successful, a very valid plan with a very good marketing strategy, government is ready to give you 2.5 crores to 5 crores of funding. But I can say in all over India, hardly some 30-40 people are utilized of this scheme. Because since it is huge money, people will be having a, I can say, much scarier thing. So I am just giving you an information in some effective guide or one of you